Final Fantasy XIII-2. The story so far.
Serah!
I shall remember your pain.
No! What's wrong? Why won't you answer me?
Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII-2. Now that is all resolved. All done. We're back to the timeline. Good try. Story so far. It's always just a little bit behind, and I think you have to enter the next plot point for it to update. I don't know. But this is going to be a fragment cleanup side quest episode again. It has to, because we are very close to the end of the game, I believe. Oh, before we do all the whole paradox endings and get all that out of the way, because I think they lead to a true end. I don't know. Either way, I plan to get all the fragments because that's part of the game. So before we finish, we're gonna go do stuff. Where I go first, I don't know. There's a few very, very tough boss battles here, but there's one I might be able to do. So we'll probably go here for one fragment. Academia, we're still turning in travel guides. I think that's all we can do for the most part there. Augusta Tower's done. Erba, we have a gate we can go into to probably go to another Erba and probably more time puzzles. So we'll probably do that in this episode too. We're doing quizzes in Academia, but I won't show them all. We'll have, you know, some segments with it, but you don't need to see all that. Vile Peaks, hopefully we can find the other Vile Peaks so we can continue that quest. And we have a dying world and a few fragments here. I'm actually going to check New Bowden 700 AF to make sure, because there's 4 other fragments here. I clearly missed something. So I'm going to go double check here. Alright, and I did go to Serendipity and put the slots on auto for a good 3-4 hours again. Came out bad. And yes, the machine was on fire. I looked at, I don't know. I'm just having really bad luck. And apparently we need to get 7,777 coins in one sitting, possibly. We need to win that much. So we need to come out ahead that much for one fragment. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I really don't. We'll get it eventually, probably in post-game. All right, these guys are not giving up. There we go. I don't see how there's 4 fragments here. Seriously, if they're invisible, I'm just not seeing them. Where could they be? What could they be? There's no people here. We've explored the entirety of the map. Even if there was some sort of paradox ending here somehow, there can't be more than one. Oh.
Come on, Mom.
That one's a little hidden.
Come on, Mom.
Invisible and outside the map? Rude. Cartesian board. Okay. All right. Well, clearly there's a few of them still around. I'm gonna start checking the edge of the map then. Oh, Mug's going off. Okay. Oh, nope. Yeah, we gotta fight. See if we can run away. I don't see it. God, they're not gonna give up, are they? Oh, there it is. Okay. Wow. That one is pretty hidden. Like, I could not see that. There we go. And I believe there are 2 that we cannot get here. So there we go. Laplacian board. So we should have 3 out of 5. I think that's all we can get right now. 3 out of 5. Yep. Okay, we're done here. Back to the crux. We need to go to Dying... Jeez. Dying World next.
And memory frozen in.
Oh. Oh, it just starts me over here. Okay. Well, we're on the other side, completely unexplored. There's a chocobo over there. I don't want to have to run into random battles. Oh, there's something on that ledge up there. I feel like we're going to run into quite a few while exploring this area, so... I do need the levels, but... I still believe I can do that on my own.
Go, Mog.
A Mega Brand.
That's my Mog.
Oh man, there's nothing in that corner. Okay. I mean, there's not too much different here than there was on the other side. It's just a bunch of dead trees. But we did see, yeah, there's a gate down there. And I think you can get a wild artifact here, I believe. This place, Serendipity, and there might be one more I'm missing, I think. I really think I'm missing something. All right.
Go, Mog.
Open. I'm actually going to take this chocobo everywhere, despite not getting to hear this music anymore. I have to. Oh, what? I got one right here.
Come on, Mog.
Chocolina hanging out there. Chaos Grand. Okay. Hopefully she sells Gazelle Greens, because I'm going to need to grab some. Oh, I hear Mog. What? There we go.
Come on,
Oh, don't run off. Oh, man. Seriously, there's like 2 levels. Ooh. Two levels in this whole game that have normal chocobos. Ally KO, Power Surge 2. Each time an ally's KO'd, boost strength and magic. That's not super great. Also, it's slightly weaker in strength, but 261 magic. It's 5 magic. It's not even... I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we can upgrade it, though. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I went to Serendipity to see what skills we have. We have shop discount now. So, buy items from shops for less skill. That's great. You know, on top of higher sell prices. We also got anti-grav jump. I think you get both of these just for doing the Dying World. When you come to Serendipity after getting Noel back, you get these. And jumping further and in slower motion, it's pretty nice. Saves a lot of trouble, and we can reach ledges that normally can only be... I heard an item. Only be reached with a chocobo, so... Okay, let's head to Chocolina's side. And then I'm going to search the south side. Then I'm probably personally going to go fill in the map for that side quest. And then we're going to run back up to here where the Oracle Drive was. Because I believe there's a cutscene again at the Oracle Drive, and that's where you get the wild artifact. I looked it up earlier, but I don't remember if it was here or like another Oracle Drive. I believe it's here.
Something go, Mog.
It sucks I have to uncover all these. Ooh, thank you.
Chocobocolina!
Please have gazelle green. You don't have gazelle greens? That sucks. Still no new stuff either. And you can't upgrade that weapon we just got. Man, I really wish the system was more in depth with that. You mean find the exit? We have the exit. Why'd you run all the way over? Oh, you're a pain in the ass. You know what? I'm just walking. This chocobo is making things way too difficult on me. I think this is the last normal world we're gonna have to search, though. Like, once we hit the other Vile Peaks, that's we've already seen what the Vile Peaks are. We've unmapped the whole thing. This is the last place to map, besides Academia 500 AF. I'm not seeing anything. This is a really big, long area for absolute, like, just a few dead trees. Like, there's no items or anything between. It's just a big walk. There we go. Super good Serah weapon. Come on. Oh, power boosters. Those are good. Okay, let's consume this and see where it goes. Ooh, Brescia Runes 100 AF. Oh, this is gonna... There's a quest here that links to a bunch of other places that we're missing fragments. So we're gonna be able to do a lot there. I'm gonna go back here, go to the Oracle Drive, and fill in the map quick. Alright, we're in here. There are two things I'd like to... Are those normal chocobos? I wonder if I can ride them. I highly doubt it. Like, they wouldn't give me the rambunctious one if I could ride that. Are you serious? Mug. Thank you. I guess I have to do this dead center. That was over? Okay, okay. We're gonna do it a little closer then. No way this isn't in there. There we go. Ultima Brand. Okay. So that is all of the fragments here. We're actually done. But we need the wild artifact, and I remember seeing an item over here behind this ledge. Just, you know what? I'm just gonna fight you, actually. Okay. Right back here. Oh, I'd be mad if you didn't get that. Okay. Phoenix down. Oh. That's my mom. It's fine. Oh, okay. Silver cactar. Metallic cactar. Oh, I don't have a Libra. Oh, it's weak. Choco is so strong. Oh. Oh. The hell was that? Just starts on the bottom, goes all the way left, and then left, 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 up. Should probably memorize that. Putting boosters. I want that metallic cactar in my party. Maybe. Bestiary. Feral creatures. Cactar. Tameable commando. I don't know if you'll beat Golden Chocobo, but maybe. Yeah, you can't ride any of these. Nonsense. All right, let's go to the Oracle Drive.
Go, Mog. Do you hear that? Music? No, it's someone talking.
Wait. It sounds kind of familiar. It's the people from my village.
Noel, do you intend on fighting Kreiss? He possesses the heart of Etro. If you kill him, you betray the goddess. You have the power to stop the beating of his immortal heart. You can free him from his cursed fate. Betray the goddess? However, if you lack conviction and strength, the heart of chaos will consume you. Noel, are you prepared to destroy Kreiss and carry the burden of your sin? But how is that betraying the goddess? I mean, I know it's the heart of Etro in him, but Etro saved everyone because they wanted time to go on, or they wanted them to be able to go on. If I guess, yeah, he is a servant of Etro, I guess, but he's trying to destroy the world anyways. I don't know. I don't want to kill anyone. I can't. I can do this, probably.
It must be difficult to hear them.
They're testing me. I can't have any doubts if I'm going to kill Kreiss.
Is it something that you have to do?
Kreiss, he's protected by the power of chaos. To overcome that power, he must be defeated by another guardian like me. So yeah.
The only person left who can stop him is you.
Pretty much. I'm afraid there's no other way around it.
Oh. There we go. I think I might have had to say I can do this to get that. I think if you say anything else, you can't. I'm sure they'd let you do it again until you get it, though. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I forgot to actually map that little section. I'm gonna do that, and then we're out of here. Okay, all good here. Let's get off before I use my last Gazelle Green. So that's fully mapped. We can go to Brescia Ruins now. Oh, we could probably fully map that too, so I can turn both of those in. Yeah, let's just go straight there for now.
Who will be the one to contain this invasion? The sudden appearance and rampant growth of a paradox has turned the Brescia Ruins into a crawling nest of monsters. Even the army, unable to contain the endless waves of creatures, has been forced to withdraw. In a last desperate measure, the government has offered a huge sum of money to the person who resolves the paradox. Many have tried, and many have failed. But still, the ruins overflow with reckless bounty hunters and scholars seeking to claim the substantial reward.
This is probably the start of what happened, you know, and with the 200 years that passed in the snowy version of Brescia Ruins. Because they did talk about that, how, like, it's been getting out of control. Let's go resolve it. Oh, just right in. I thought we'd get a cutscene for this. Oh well. Itchy nose. Stop it.
You guys have got to be rookies. Do you even have any experience? For amateurs like yourselves to be coming out here, you either have to be morons or idiots that are looking to hit pay dirt. So, which is it? You don't look like you understand what's going on, so let me explain to you. Because of some paradox thingamajig that occurred 80-some years ago, the monsters here are multiplying like no one's ever seen. The government gave up trying to fix the problem themselves a while ago. Now they're just throwing buckets of steel at bounty hunters to deal with the problem instead. You can't find any other jobs out there where you can make this much dough. Thanks to the government, everyone here's got cash to spare.
You're an
If
agent.
you're looking for some extra pocket money, this is your best bet.
You are part of the government.
Want me to explain it to you again?
No.
Welcome to the corner of nowhere and hell on earth, the bounty hunter's paradise. Since 20 AF.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You did just explain it. All right. God, you're loud, rambunctious chocobo. Seems this place is blocked off now.
Oh, hello. More bounty hunters, I see. You two are much too young to be in a place like this. What a sad world this has become. I'm working on the development of a new weapon. The materials I need can be found where the paradox effect is the strongest, somewhere inside the ruins. If you see anything of the sort, I'd appreciate it if you brought it back to me. Of
Sure.
course, you'll be compensated for your efforts.
Way in there. Oh, that's not too far away. Looking for some weapon materials. Okay.
All right. The objects you're looking for are likely lost within the space-time rift.
Of course.
I know they won't be easy to find, so make sure to check every hidden corner, every crevice.
Well, it's either right in here or the other one, but it looked like it was right up in here. How does Chocolina feel about this place?
Welcome, Master. I am here to serve your every need. Just kidding, Chocobocolina!
Thank you. Oh, whoa, we get a big discount. I forgot. Sell prices, and it applies to the casino prices, too. If anything, I'm just going to spend money on those, but that still doesn't change the fact that we have to win 7,777 eventually.
See you later, Choco Gator!
Oh, are you a different type? No, they're just munchkins. Kind of surprised they give me these.
We did it!
This is a later game area, but those are like first area enemies.
All the monsters can go to hell.
Okay, so where? Oh, right there. Right there.
Sticking out like a bandit.
Come on, Mom.
Weapon materials. There they are. Okay, so I'm gonna go check over here and then the other corner, and we might as well turn that in while we can. There are 6 fragments here, and this is one already, so. But one of them's gonna send us to. Oh, we're locked. One of them's gonna send us to other places, other like Yasha's Massif and Brescia. I don't know, that's the one quest I looked up that was like, you need to have Brescia Runes 100 AF before you can get half these fragments and finish these places off, so. Just a chocobo here. How many did I buy? 21, yeah, that's fine.
He's mighty fast.
Alright, how far down can we... It doesn't look like we're blocked down here, but we can definitely get there. There's no way we can't now. I just don't remember us being able to go all the way south, so maybe it's still blocked. Alright, let's get off. I don't want to waste all
You've
of them.
got everything I need. Now I can build a weapon that will destroy even the strongest of monsters. You want to know what I'm going to do with a weapon like that? I'm going to sell it to the government for a serious profit. Here's what I promised you. Thanks again for your hard work.
You ever make someone do something and then just tell them straight to their face, I'm going to make money off of what you just did for me? It's how dare you? I mean, clearly she was going to make money one way or another, but usually when you ask someone for help, it's because people are in need, not because you want to make money. How dare you? At least she was honest. Okay. No way you don't have a quest.
Would you be interested in a small job? It's nothing very exciting. I just need you to find someone. My assistant left a while ago, and I haven't seen him since. Can you find him and give him a message for me, if possible? Tell him I need the monster analysis report, ASAP.
Sure. Okay.
Spectacular. I knew I could count on you.
If only you knew how to walk. It sucks they're stuck in place like that. Because he is literally right in here. Right? Oh, the person's lost in a rift. Sir?
Come on, Mom.
What? You want the monster analysis report? Oh, my boss must have sent you after me. Here's the report. Take it.
Do you know you were lost in a space-time rift? Probably not. Let's search down here. A single enemy. Oh, it's a... I want to see if it's new. Tempest. This is definitely new. Wait a minute. I remember this thing. Did we get it? No. I think that's a really good Ravager, if I remember right. Or it has good skills to transfer, one of the two. I remember Tempest vividly. Just by name. Interesting. Great, now I'm gonna have to walk all the way around.
Bagged a whole bunch of them today.
All right.
Thank you for your hard work. This data should prove to be invaluable in resolving the paradox. The reason this data is so important is because, well, I won't bother you with the technical details. Here's the reward I promised you. It's all there, you have my word.
You sound so bored. Osmium ring.
Are you sure this is the way to solve the paradox?
It's important to investigate all aspects of the case, Kubo. One step at a time, Kubo. One step at a time.
Mog, that's not very convincing coming from you. When's the last time you took a step anywhere?
Literally never. Anti-gravity bauble on their head. Okay. Please be open. Can we go through here? We totally can. Oh. Gate seal. Oh, this whole side's blocked off. I see.
Studying the sociobiology of monsters. By learning how these monsters react to human aggression, the military will be able to formulate more advanced battle strategies. I have my eye on one of the mercenaries in the area as a test subject. He's brash, abrasive, and violent, and he's always ready to fight any monster he encounters. I wonder how differently the monsters would react to him if he became calm, relaxed, and genial. I'd love to get my hands on such data.
Okay. Well, let's do it. I need to get off. How dare you?
Come on, Mog.
So we gotta go knock him down a peg. Elixir. Sir?
Go back to where you came from unless you want a good ass kicking.
Oh. How should I greet Raymond to brighten his mood and get him to cooperate? Are you an eccentric, Raymond? Are you bloodthirsty, Raymond? Notorious or famous? Get him to cooperate. He's... Are you the famous Raymond?
You think you can bring out my nice side? Maybe when hell freezes over.
It seemed to have worked. Keep it up. Oh.
Why don't you curl up and die?
That's Steve Bloom, I'm pretty sure. He needs a little more flattering. Seems he has quite a weapon on him. You look like a warrior, but no. You remind me of a villain from a movie? No. That's an extraordinary weapon. Do you have the skills to wield that weapon? Well, we gotta compliment the weapon. That's an extraordinary weapon.
There's a bunch of monsters in the area, so be careful. Not like it matters to me if you die.
Rude.
It's
fine.
Lover here for a picnic in his freaking hellhole.
Seems to be in a better mood. Just one last push. I'd love for you to teach me how to fight. You're an easy man to butter up. Nope. At least you look the part. Nope. My weapon might be better than yours. Nope. It's pretty clear. I'd love for you to teach me how to fight.
I like you too. What did you say your names were? It feels like a great day to get some work done.
There we go. Do you have any... Oh, Chrysalis Arc. Please be good. Higher strength, lower magic, and allows instant staggering of enemies near the threshold. How much different? So 222, 392. So I lose a lot of magic and gain 5 strength. but quick stagger might be worth it. I don't lose anything except for like 15 magic, so 16. I'll take it.
It's like my weapon knows I'm in a good mood, too.
Alright, maybe this guy's got another quest?
I analyzed the recorded data from the mercenaries' encounters with various monsters. There doesn't seem to have been any kind of significant change. Continued research of this topic may be useless. Perhaps it's time to scrap the idea and move on to the next.
Yeah, it was kind of out there, but you tried. That's what science is all about, right? Okay, it seems we've searched everywhere. We didn't see anything else. What do we have? What do we have? Fragments, location, Brescia, 100, 6 of... 3 of 6. We're missing quite a bit. You're gonna have to look around and find him. This guy I could not talk to before.
It is vital to retrieve months, if not years worth of data in order to completely resolve the paradox. We can't waste our time on the phenomena occurring right in front of us. That's why I've placed a monitoring device on the epitaph. At a glance, it merely looks like an offering or gift of some sort. However, it can measure even the slightest effect the paradox has on an object. Centuries from now, someone will be able to access the data in this device and figure out a way to resolve the paradox. I wish I could be there to witness this event, but unfortunately I'll be long gone.
We'll bring the data to you then. So we need to go to 300 AF and grab that carbuncle? Is that carbuncle the device?
Are you saying you're going to travel to the future to bring me back the data I need? I won't hold my breath.
There's no way. You're from the Academy. You should know time travel's possible. Also, Serah's in your textbooks, sir. I guess that's 400 years later, so.
What, you need me to explain? Well, since 20...
I thought maybe you would have it. All right, let's go to 300 AF. How convenient. I started right here. It appears to be a stuffed animal. Old device. All right. Okay, sir.
Is this my monitoring device? I can't believe my eyes. It looks as though it easily contains several centuries worth of data. Was it some kind of paradox effect that brought this back from the future? Now, let's see here. Yes, it appears that the cause of the distortions came from a specific location. If my calculations are correct, then the cause of the paradox should be the control unit of the giant Atlas. If I report this to the government, they should have enough data to support a change in strategy. Here's a little something for your trouble. Thank you both so much.
Sure. Rhodium ring.
The paradox is occurring because of that one control unit. How did it get powered up again? Is someone messing with it?
Maybe someone turned it on by mistake. Let's check the ruins to see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Is it still blocked off? No, it's not. Okay, we can go in there now. All right. And this is the start of that long quest. All right. Oh, there's a thing back there too. Please be another fragment.
Moogle senses tingling.
Oops. Every time. Oh, it's a gate seal. Okay. That's fine. I think we're pretty much... Because they're all used for, like,
I've been dispatched
chapter
by the
replays.
They received a report that the paradox was caused by some control unit. I've come to investigate. However, the unit's locked and inaccessible. 2 passwords are required to unlock the device. An Academy official was in charge of one of them, but he passed away some time ago. As for the other password, I have no clue who would know. I'm pretty much at a dead end.
2 passwords. Okay, one of them was held by a man who recently passed away in Yash's Massif. It's 100 AF, and if he recently passed away, maybe we could... Maybe it would be 100 AF Yashis. Still? Maybe it's still just a little earlier.
The man who knew one of the passwords passed away a little while ago. He was assigned to the Padra ruins and the Yashas Massif.
Sure, we'll get both passwords. Oh, space-time distortion appeared. Okay. Right over there. Dead Center by Chocolina. We have to get both passwords. The second one is not difficult because it's that one guy that was all in 300 AF Brescia Ruins, who was all like, "You can't go past here. Only cool people can come past here." We just have to get him to let us pass. I think by doing the other quests in 300 AF, but that's the extent of that one. I'm pretty sure. For this one, I don't know if this. Okay, it's a red orb. I don't know if it's related or not. If this is, or if I have to start it in 100 AF. I don't know. Okay, preparations for volume.
Travelers of the timeline, can you hear me?
No, it's her!
Oh.
Yule.
Yes, I am Padrasu Yule, servant of the goddess, witness to the timeline. I have committed an unforgivable crime, and now I must pay the price for my sins. Many years ago, evil in the form of a merciless beast materialized in the city of Padra. It was no ordinary creature, but one that devoured time instead of prey. In order to free our city of the menace, I had no choice but to banish it into the void beyond. There was peace once again in Padra.
You have that power?
However, this created a distortion in time that continued to grow. As it spread, it began to swallow innocent victims, one by one. When they were taken, all that remained were crimson orbs. Orbs that contained their grief and anguish. Each one a silent reproach, reminding me of the terrible mistake that I had made. But look what is happening. The creature cannot be imprisoned for eternity. It is trying to break free to once again feed on time. I cannot banish it now, not like I did all those centuries ago. Travelers of time, listen to me. The terrible beast must be defeated.
Sure. Defeat the ancient evil. Ugala? Or Ugalu? Must be a different one than I'm imagining.
Yule.
Okay, I need to sort this out. So one of the Yules from long ago caused a distortion in time to banish the monster and save the city. But then that caused another distortion.
Right. And that created a paradox, which is what we're facing now. Yule knew what the future was going to bring when she made her choice. She knew she was going to cause pain and suffering for a lot of people. But she also knew that was her only choice. Her anguish remains in these ruins in the form of a ruby of grief.
That's awful. Noel, we have to stop her suffering. Let's show her that she did the right thing. If we defeat the monster, we should be able to set her free.
Can we, though? Oh, it's over there. I don't know how strong it is.
Travelers of time. The beast is growing restless.
Okay. Please handle it. Got it. But I'm trying to do another side quest at the same time, so I'd like to figure out where that is. I wonder if it's that guy who doesn't remember his name. I'm gonna go talk to him. He's got an academy outfit on, so.
Where am I? Why can't I remember anything? If only I could remember my name.
That's all we got. I'm just gonna look up what we need to do. Okay, so I was on the right track. I just forgot to talk to this person first. Because I remember her saying she lost a good professor, recently.
This is interesting. If we get our hands on the password of the control unit, we might be able to solve the disturbance within the ruins fairly quickly. It's unfortunate. Mr. Thorne was the only one who knew the password. And now he's disappeared inside the paradox. I don't know if he's dead, but I doubt we'll ever see him again.
Thank you. This is exactly what I needed. Okay, so we got the name in 100 AF, now we're in 110.
Where am I? Why can't I remember anything? If only.
Thorne.
Yes, that's it. My name is Thorne. I remember everything.
Well, that was quick.
I was investigating the ruins with my colleagues, when suddenly I felt someone push me into the paradox, and somehow it absorbed me.
Ooh.
I see. She told you my name, did she? I'm relieved to hear that they're still working as hard as ever, even after I'm gone. It's good to know I taught them well. I think I understand the situation. So you're trying to find the password for the control unit in order to resolve the paradox in the ruins. Is that it? Well, I'm as good as dead. So the key to solving the paradox is no help to me. Here, take it. I've written down the password. Maybe you can save everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks to my amazing leadership, we finally found the first password, Kubo. If we find the other one, we'll be well on our way to solving the case, Kubo. And when we do, the government will give us oodles of gil and I can buy whatever my little heart desires, Kubo.
Oh, Mog. Alright,
Did
so...
we get my hearing checked? Or did he really say that he was pushed into the paradox?
Does that mean someone...
gonna say that.
Someone tried to kill him?
We should be careful. Come on. We need to go find that other password. I think there might be clues in the ruins of the future.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's go find them.
Yeah, it's kind of a big point that they just kind of... At least they glanced, or didn't just glance over it. Ooh. I think this is a rare encounter. Kana Kamui. Oh, I fought you. Yeah, it's already partially Libred. This thing actually isn't too difficult. Surprisingly. But on the off chance I can tame it, I'll try to get it. But it's a saboteur, so I don't know. Still, it might have good skills I can transfer over. Onrush. Circle, circle, X. That was bad. And go. Man, look at the chocobo just dropping its health. It's so much stronger than Noel and Serah. All right, we did not get one. That's fine. That's totally fine. Thank God, I don't think there's a quest in this whole game that requires you to tame every monster. That would be a quest. No! That was a green chocobo. What would green be? Because white is medic. Target located. All right, you're probably gonna be pretty tough. Dispel. Ow. Will you leave Serah alone? Oh my God. This thing is relentless when it comes to just taking one person. Oh no, they're both dead. It just did not stop. Okay, now it's sitting here. Sentinel! Stop! Look at that, it's interrupting every cast. What a dick. Oh, this thing sucks already. It seems like I might need a Sentinel the whole time. Let's get the Flandator back.
There you go.
I need to de-shell. Honestly, nope, I can't.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Flandator died.
Here goes.
This thing is such a dick. When do I attack you? I can't. It's interrupting literally all my moves. I can't hyper rescue. Alright. I'm trying to get vigilance on so I don't get interrupted constantly. Maybe protect. That would help too. Get him, Behemoth. Seriously, I wish I could move my character. I'm literally getting hit by the crossfire here. Okay. Heal up.
Your turn.
No, just launch him. Launch him, please. Noel?
No, I need help.
Can he not launch him? Oh boy. Alright, Cerberus, change leader. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, okay. I died. This guy is gonna be super tough. Get Noel up. Oh, Noel is up. I also need to use a wound potion to get my stuff back. I don't have any. Oh. Unfortunate. I don't know what to do. There we go. What? Oh, that almost did it. Damn it. Everyone's dead. Oh, it's downright right up. I was trying to do a circle. You're dead. Oh, pain in the ass. 5-star. That thing was horrible. Oh my god. So tough.
Thank you.
I hope we did it. I hope we were able to end her suffering.
I'm sure we did.
In an effort to save the people of the city, Yule broke her oath and tampered with time. This caused a disturbance in the timeline, which led to the creation of a paradox. And the death of many innocent people. I have to wonder, did Yule make the right choice? Was there even a right choice to make? If she had done nothing, people would have died. But the city that Yule so desperately hoped to save was eventually destroyed. No matter what her decision, either choice would have eventually led to the death of the people of Padra. I don't have the ability to see into the future like she does, and I'm thankful for that. If we knew the outcome of all our actions, wouldn't we just give up? What would be the point of trying? But I can't see what's going to happen. I don't have the power to know what tomorrow may bring, and that's why we can still hope and believe in the future.
It's true. If you knew, then you probably wouldn't be able to have that. Oh, that boss can go to hell. I'm so glad it's done. That was, I mean, I didn't change anything from what I did before. I just kept at it, and I stayed here. Well, no, I did change. Yeah, I had a Ravager Sentinel Flander, so I could do some damage while I was getting beat to shit. The problem is that I can't move my characters, and Serah just likes to go stand next to Noel all the time. And if he's Sentinel, she's just getting cleaved anyways. That kind of makes this difficult. Like, if I could make my characters back off somehow, life would be great. But since I can't, it interrupted literally every cast. It was impossible for it not to interrupt. So half the time, like even when I was healing, it would just be like, ready, I'm about to heal, and then slap, and then it's like, oh, no heal. And then I would go to heal again, slap, no heal. That thing, I hope that was one of the tougher enemies in the game, so I don't have to deal with that again. Or, you know, often. If that was just an average enemy, I'm a little scared, because I don't remember much. We are done with Yasha's Masi. Almost. Actually, we do have another Seath fight here. I don't know what I have here. I'm actually not sure what I'm missing. Oh, there was a quest in the spotlight. I'm gonna go check on that one quick. I'm still wondering about this red orb too. It's just sitting there. for absolutely no reason.
You two are famous. People say that you're quite the swordsman. Do you care to prove that you're as good as they say? I recently received an urgent request from one of the labs at the Academy. They need a fang from a behemoth as soon as possible for a project they're working on. They don't want just any fang, though. They need one that's in pristine condition. Unfortunately, with the military's current weapons, there's no possible way to take down a monster of that size without ruining its fang in the process. Now that you know the situation, if you happen to come across any, would you mind sharing them with me? I know it's a lot to ask, but it would help me out so much.
I didn't, yeah, I didn't think it would be her. I just kind of randomly clicked on her. All right. So we just need to defeat a behemoth. If you use only swords and bows, you should be able to defeat one.
I appreciate this. If you're as good as they say, this should be easy. Once the Academy gets their hands on an adequate sample, they're going to use it to research all sorts of things, such as the monster's biology and evolutionary background.
Sure. You got it. So for that, we just need to not stand in the spotlight here. All right. Get off the chocobo. Run around. Excuse me? Behemoth? Wow. Okay, there we go. I think we'll be tough enough. Nowhere near as difficult as that Ugalu, I'm sure. Are you even immune? You're not immune to deep attack. Let's get all the debuffs. There we go. Let's see if we can get Imperil. It's not immune to Imperil either. It never works. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's dead. Wow, that was so much easier. Let's go turn that in. Chocobo? I love how it doesn't run away from me. Okay.
A behemoth fang? And it's in such good condition. I can't believe you managed to get this. So the rumors were true. You two are nothing less than excellent. The Academy scientists will be thrilled. Once the lab gets a hold of this, they'll be able to figure out everything they need to know about the monster, like where it comes from. Did the paradox bring this beast from the past or from the future? Is it the creation of the foul sea, humans, or Mother Nature? What you brought us will give us the answers we've been searching for. I want to thank you for helping me out of this predicament. Here, take this as a token of my appreciation.
Glad to help. Misery's bead. Not beard. Are we done here? 6 out of 6, 7. We still have 3 out of 4 here. We have to defeat the Seath. I don't think I can defeat it now, but I'm certainly going to go try. Because then we'll be completely done with Yasha's Massive, and we're about to be done with Brescia Runes, so I'm pretty sure it's right up on this ledge. We're in Parallel World 10AF, by the way. Pretty sure it's up here, but you can't be on a chocobo or it won't show up. That's not it. Oh. Weird.
Take this.
Okay, how hard are you gonna be? No Libra scopes. $900,000 health almost? Are you serious? I think we're dead. Let's... Why does she always go straight for poison? Imperil. What is going on with my screen? Is that just normal? It's immune to Imperil. Okay.
This should do it.
We have all the buffs. That's crazy.
Now,
It's very slow. It doesn't attack very often. I don't know why it's so dark, though. That's a little scary. I don't know why. Oh. I'm going to use Relentless. Oh, that's an attack. Oh, man.
Get him!
Anguished Melody. Wow, this is lasting so long. Can I remove pain with anything? Painkiller. There we go. 999, switch to you and Meteor Javelin. Oh, am I gonna make it? Wow, that was a lot of damage. Good job, Noel. Doom. That could be a problem. We do have a lot of seconds. We have 90 seconds, so. A lot of debuffs on me, too. There's one thing if I use a unicorn horn here. There, that removed literally everything.
This should do it.
And left. Ooh, I staggered it. I should have waited till it was staggered to use that, but... Behemoth butt. Oh, come on. Oh, did I interrupt it? I did. Wow. Surprisingly, that was easier than the Ugalu. Gorgira Fragment. Oh, I don't have to even turn it in. We're just good here. 5, 5, 4, 4, 7, 7, and 6, 6. We are done. So we can go get the next, or the final thing here, which is the password device, number 2. I feel like I'm making good progress here. I hope so, at least. Gazelle greens, let's just buy some more.
You'll come and see me again.
Oh, I used to green, just buying greens. Alright, we just need to make it up to this guy. 12. Off.
The whole place is talking about you guys. From what I hear, you're pretty good for a couple of newcomers. Talk to me. I can be convinced into letting you handle the device.
Do you have the password?
You seem to have at least some knowledge of it. It's not publicly known that it requires passwords to unlock. Okie dokie. Go ahead and take a look if you want.
How's that gonna get us the password? Oh, we're going into a puzzle. Come on, super complicated clock ones. Wow. Oh.
I sense it, Kupo. The password is up ahead, Kupo.
It's hidden in the labyrinth?
That makes sense to me. That explains why we couldn't seem to find it anywhere.
Sure. Oh no, the puzzle's moving again. Let's see. I could go all the way around. In fact, I have to. I need to get wherever this one was before so I can grab that and move back. So where does the bottom right one go? To the right, okay. Okay, and it's probably best to grab it on here and that way. Okay. Nope. Nope. Yeah, that I have to come from the left, I think. No, this isn't gonna work. Because the second I go to grab this one. Oh, no, that works. Okay. So I can do that on either side. This won't work. Yeah. Weird. How do I get this? So if I go up like this, then that thing is gone. But if I do it on the other side, it's the same situation, right? No, oh. Go up, grab that, go up around. And then down. Nope. I have to grab it from the other side then. That's the only way it'll work. There we go. Whew. Stage 2. These ones get a little complicated just because I can't see the whole puzzle at once, so I can't really plan it out, especially when they're teleporting around. Okay. Okay. So I want to... grab you. Oh, no, no. I want to grab that one. Wait. Get that one. Oh, that won't work. I actually can't tell where that one's coming from. I did it again. Okay. What if we come around from the left side? As soon as I step on this, I can't go back to the right. That's the problem. Yeah. So if I did this same method, but made sure I grabbed the one on the bottom right, I think I'd be good. Is that possible? No. No. Okay. Oh. Wow. Wow, I'm a little stumped. I just wish I could get to that one on the bottom right. I missed one. Okay, let me think about it. Okay, there's a very particular way about this. And I think it is grabbing this, but not going all the way up. Oh, I screwed it up by standing on here earlier. Because then you get here, you'd be able to stand on this, grab this and get that. But then that other one, I grabbed it early, so I won't be able to get it. So I want to do that, get this one. Wait for it to come back. Okay, so that one's always the same. There's only 2 left. That was quite a puzzle. That took me maybe 20 minutes to just process all the possible ways to do it. That was a tough one.
We finally got our hands on the second password, Kubo. Now all that's left for us to do is return and resolve the paradox, Kubo. I'm going to be rolling, no, swimming in gil, Kubo.
You sure will.
But it looks like Noel and Serah have something on their minds, Kubo. I wonder what's happening, Kubo.
Oh, they're not going to talk about it? Let's see what he has to say.
I saw you guys just disappear into thin air. How did you do that? Where did you go?
You wouldn't get it. We're sophisticated people who... You know what? Let's go back. So there's actually 2 fragments left here. I'm assuming this will give me a fragment, and then talking to him again will.
You've obtained both of the passwords? Well, let's try them out and see if they're the real deal. The good news is the passwords were correct, but now we're faced with a new mystery, this paradox. It seems it was created by people. In 20 AF, someone tampered with the control unit, which looks to be the cause of this entire situation. The culprit was responsible for the monster population increase, and for taking out those who knew the passwords. I believe that a group that opposed the Academy's ideals used the paradox for their own gain. They tried to destroy the institution once and for all. To this day, we're still in the dark as to who was behind this operation and why. You two were a great help in solving this tough situation. As a government representative, I'd like to offer you some compensation for your trouble.
Thank you. Adamantite ring. I completely forgot there was a opposing faction in this.
What is that thing? Please, go and find out what it is. If it turns out to be a dangerous monster, make sure to destroy it on the spot.
Yes, sir. We are getting paid, right? Kalavinka Fragment? Oh, no, that's a name that sounds familiar. Unknown beast that has been trapped in the void beyond. Okay.
I thought the paradox had been dealt with. So what's this big ugly guy doing here?
He was hiding in the void beyond, Kubo. When the portal was closed, he was trapped in this world, and now there's no way back home, Kubo.
If we don't defeat this monster, then who knows what'll happen to Cocoon? Come on, Noel. Mog, you too.
Okay. We'll see. We might be able to defeat it. If not, we'll have to come back. Where is it? Oh, right in the middle. Got it. So it's a flying Garuda-like creature. This is a man-made one, though. Save. Did not work. Save. Save. Maybe save again. Nope. Okay, well, it's fine. Okay. Lightning moves. Did a lot of damage to a single target. Got it. I'm probably going to need to heal, actually. Let's go back to buffing. Well, it's weak to deprotect. That's good. Try imperil here. Okay, now we should be able to see. Oh, no, we don't know yet. It is not weak to, or immune to imperil. Oh, staggered. Oh, wow. That is a lot of single target damage, though. Let's see if we can build this up.
We can change the future.
There we go. 500. 600. We'll just do 3 of them. Cerberus. I think I'll kill it with Meteor. Overkill. Not as bad as I thought. Potent orb.
I can't believe a man-made machine could bring forth such a terrible monster. And the paradox, too. That was caused by humans as well, wasn't it?
Monsters don't kill people. People kill people. Does that sound about right?
Well, no.
Truer words were never spoken, Kubo. People are much more scary than monsters, Kubo. We risked our lives to solve the case, Kubo. And how does the government pay us? Not with gil, but bits and bobs and household goods, Kubo.
What?
No one needs 10 years worth of toilet paper, Kubo. No one. I had no choice but to decline their offer. The government is evil, Kubo. Humans are evil, Kubo.
But think about it. 10 years of toilet paper? I know we're time travelers and all, but... Toilet paper coupon. Are you serious? What do we do with that? Is it a key item? Acceptance non-negotiable. You know, I'm sure someone out there needs this. Or it wouldn't be a key item. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a joke item that we got. Well, I guess we'll find out when we do all the side quests. I'm just going through because this bugs me like crazy when they're not sorted. I can't stand it. All right, let's just get a few more levels here. I'm trying to get a saboteur bonus. Because, there we go. Her stuff is not working. Ooh. Only one available. Interesting. Back to Ravager. And Noel might have more than one available. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still learning moves for him. For my level 1 medic. Oh, sab bonus or... I'm not using him for saboteur right now. Okay. Oh, and we did get some boosters for the Flanator. Should I... We're probably going to find a better medic along the way, so I don't know about fully leveling it, but... I don't know, right now it's really all I got. It has like no HP, that's the problem. Resist fog, 44%, that's going to transfer over to whatever I send it to, so that was worth it. I don't want to waste all my power boosters on a medic though. Okay, done here. Brescia runes for 4, 6, 6, and 8, 8. So we are done there. We can't finish any of these new bottoms, so that's done for now. We're done with Erba, Sunlith, Archild Step. There's probably one side quest we could do. Let's go turn in maps. Okay.
Data from the Brescia ruins? Excellent, thank you.
Travel guide, Brescia ruins.
This details the area of New Bodom. Fantastic.
Travel guide, New Bodom.
I'm not familiar with this area. I'll cross-reference with our other files.
Dying World, yeah.
The machine malfunctions are probably linked.
Okay, that's it. That's it. How many do we have left of you? Because that's literally the only thing we can do here, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3. The 3 places. And I'm not quite sure. Academia is one of them. I'm not sure what some of these are. Archival Step, yeah, that would be one. I have no idea how I'm supposed to say that. And then Academia. What is the other one? Erba. Okay, we need Erba for 400 AF. Right, we still have a Graviton Core there too. So, we've turned in our guides. We're getting close to finishing that. We have quizzes to do, but I'm going to hold off if I can find a wild artifact gate so we can go to Erba. Because I think that's the only place left besides Vile Peaks. So we're going to have to go back to the world map and double check here. World map, Historia Crux, whatever. Okay. Been using this because it's a little easier. There is one there. Okay. Oh yeah, that one just leads right to another one. Okay. Let's go to this one then. Alright. Wild artifact use. It's kind of unfortunate. The last wild artifact, I think the last one you need is literally serendipity. So I have enough money to go actually trade coins and buy it though. Okay, Erba 400.
Erba is a dead place now. Not a living soul haunts its ruins, and all is covered in drifts of crystal sand. The town is once again distorted by paradoxes that emerge from fissures scarring the local space-time. When Mog sets eyes on the desolate scene, something stirs in the recesses of his memory.
Let's do it.
Mog, have you been able to remember anything about your hometown? Anything at all?
Kubo! I remember something called the Ocean of Time, Kubo.
The Ocean of Time. Could that be where you're from?
I don't know, Kubo, but I do know that when I think about that place, I become all flustered and giddy, Kubo.
So that place means something to you. Then it must be important. I think we should check the Erba Labyrinth some more. Maybe we can help Mog remember more about where he came from.
Kubo? You'll help me find my home and my family, Kubo?
Yeah. I mean, you've helped us out here and there, so we at least owe you this much.
Yeah. Oh, the water's gone. Okay, you're saying that's like the story one. The rest of them are optional. Okay. Well, let's go for this one first. It's a nice and bright Erba. Alright, I'm gonna be super pro at these puzzles and we're gonna get them all done. There was 9, what was it, 9 fragments?
Take some
oh
deep breaths.
no.
I'm nervous.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that one's a little awkward. I'm gonna have to go. Okay, yeah. Oh no, that blocks that off. I'll have to end with that one. So. There we go. Good. As long as they don't swap around, this isn't so bad. What?
Think outside the box, Kubo.
I couldn't even see that far ahead. How was I supposed to know? What?
Think outside the box, Kubo.
Is there some tell? How do I know which way's which? We're going right this time. You can't give me an RNG path to go forward. That's unacceptable. I understand moving those around, but moving... it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we clearly got to go here. So that ends up there. No matter how you look at it, I cannot get this one unless I take the left path.
There's a way to solve any paradox.
So I have to take this. Which means I also have to take this. Okay. That one wasn't so bad. Right. All right. Farewell, Madeline. What is it? Is it a chocobo? What's a behemoth? Zegno. Ooh. It's pretty weak. I don't even need to build this stagger. Kill it! I'm sorry, I'm screaming. Zagnol. Actually got it first try. It's a Ravager. Well-grown Ravager. This is a late bloomer, so I think Grand Behemoth still might be better. But this one's frost-proof and also has frost moves and thunder. It's also on rush again. What do you got for... You have no passives whatsoever. I see. I want to see what it learns. Ice Blitz? Okay, okay. It feels like a just a if you didn't get Grand Behemoth, this would probably be a good one kind of monster. And probably easier to level. I wonder if I can get some of its moves to transfer over. We'll see. I know for sure I'm going for the Choco Ravager at some point. A whole party of Chocobos. That's where it's at. Probably not. Don't actually do that. I don't think that's right. You know, they had a little bit of health. Took a few seconds. Okay. Gotta get down there for that one. I'm definitely checking back here first. You guys I don't care about. Platinum casino tickets? I need fragments. Let's get on you. Alright, can I actually just jump this ledge? No. And get off. Fuck.
Having some kind of plan is the first step.
The one in the top left, I can't actually get. So the problem is two of them are moving, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to. Well, I have to go left. I can't come back around for that. So there we go. There we go. I think this is just wait for the right moment. Okay. Oh, wow. That's it. Okay. I missed the clock puzzles. I don't know why these ones are so much more stressful. Probably because, like, the platform's shaking, so you are on a timer even when you're looking at it. I could probably pause the game and still look at it through the background, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. Bhakti, you're smaller than before. There's a bunch of them. They're all different sizes. What? That was an accident. I didn't even know that was there.
I have faith in you, Kubo.
The crystal drawing. I will skip these ones. Step 1 done. Oof. Sure. Wow, that one was easy. They're all easy. I don't know. This one really just feels like, I don't know, doing a coloring book versus a Rubik's Cube. Like, they really just don't feel like puzzles. They could be. You know, really complicated holes in the floor and stuff. But they're not. We're done? Stage 4 complete. We still have more to go, huh? There's still more. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, that one made me go all the way around twice, which made it a little more difficult. Tedious. Difficult. I don't know. Give me clock puzzles. Dishonest? I don't know how to say that. Sure. After this. What did you have here?
Bargains, bargains.
Just gazelle greens, you know. You know, I'm gonna buy max gazelle greens eventually. Alright, we are just going through these so quickly. Kind of.
Take some deep breaths if you're nervous.
There's not even a hole in this one. This one's like easy mode. What? Huh. These may be easier than the previous Erba ones. Like, okay. None of these. Okay. You know what would make these more complicated? If the color, if you got the incorrect color or you attached to the wrong one, if that like reset it. So you'd have to be like super accurate where you walk. That might be a little more difficult. Because right now, nah. How many stages are there of these? Probably one for every monster in the game. It's just an upgraded version. Yay! Anomaly resolved. Were they afraid to put too many of the clock ones in because people would be stumped?
The world is the way it was before, Kubo.
I see you down there. Okay, we've searched this whole top side. We can head down now. Oh, I'm gonna back up. You're not gonna run away? There we go. Oh, look at all the space down there. Oh, was it up by the boxes? Oh man, I actually don't. Okay, okay. We were standing right there. Aha. It's back by this tree. I think I have to be a little closer. There we go. Fragment? Oh, gate seal. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm wondering if I should use Mog to search around, because that one was invisible. Like, no sound, no nothing. Oh
Some
man!
kind of plan
What?
is the first step.
Okay, this is getting excessive. There, I just skipped all of them. I don't need to see what every picture looks like. It was a bunch of monsters. Yeah, they're it's just the same. They're too easy to even bother showing. Honestly. Okay, we got one there and one there still. Wow, there are so many of these. Running away.
This place smells really familiar, Kupo. It smells like the ocean of time I told you about before, Kupo.
That means the place we're looking for has to be just up ahead.
Kupo?
Come on, you guys. Mog, you're going home.
If you think
Yay.
it's really hard, you'll solve it in no time, Kupo.
Sure, sure. So if I do a 1. Oh, I should probably do 2 1s. Right? I'm not thinking right now. That's the only way that one would have worked. Great, now I'm worried my brain's just not gonna keep up. I bet they're gonna be complicated. Okay. Okay. This might work. I just didn't think it all the way through. Oh, no, it won't. It won't.
We can't let our journey end here.
Okay, the 2 is a little awkward. So I need a 3 to get to the 2. 1 to 3. 3 to 2. No. We start with this 3, then this 3. Then we go 2. This isn't how I planned it in my head. Yeah, that didn't work how I thought.
Goddess will smile upon me this time.
3, 3, 2. Oh. There we go. I don't know what I flipped in there, but that's what I meant to do. Okay. Bunch of 1s, a bunch of 4s, a 3, and a 2. 4 has 2 options right across from it. Which sucks, because if I use this 4 or that 4, it's gonna grab the 1s and I won't be able to keep going. So what I'm guessing is you want to do like 4 over here, 4, 3. No, because I can't get to the 4.
Try something different, Kupo.
Oh, this one's random. Oh, okay, okay. So I do have to think about. I didn't even see the timer. That's a lot of 4s. want the 1. No, this isn't gonna work. Oh, it will. Oh. 1, 1. Random? No, this one seems to be preset. Possibly. No, it has to, because the random ones like to start the clock the second you walk up here. 2, 3. Oh, 4 doesn't even reach that far. I can't use that too. This is 4 reach. 1, 2, 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 4, 4. I'm glad I'm getting a lot of these on my first try, because like when I first saw these I was like worried that I was gonna have to spend half the episode stuck on every little one of these puzzles, but it's good to know I'm not. This one's random. 5 has 2 points. This one I can't comprehend without just starting somewhere, honestly. 2. They usually have multiple ways to go about it though. Can I end on that 1? I can. The question is, can I get to that 5? Yeah, I had a feeling. I thought it'd reach the 2 and then I could go 2, 2, 3 and... Okay, smaller numbers are easier to manage. That's a 5. Do I go for the 3? Because they're all on the same side, and the 5 will take me all the way to that 1. 2, 1. There's more stages. Oh, man. Okay, this one's not random. You got a 6 in there, which leads to these 2. There's so many. I'm gonna do 1 random attempt. One, 3, 5. No, or 3. 3. 2, 1, 3, 4. That won't work. Oh man. Okay, gonna think about this one. Honestly, my brain is not quite comprehending this as well this time, just because there's so many numbers this time that I feel like I have to go at random a few times at least to get this. At least to lower the amount of things on the board and see what works from there. And I think the big thing here is there's so many big numbers on each side that clearing one full side is a bad idea. 5. And this 5 could reach the 2. Or I could go for the 1 and the 4. The 6 can reach the 2. So if I end with 6-2, I'd be fine. But I don't think I can. Actually, I don't think I can physically reach the 6 now, can I? No, I can't. Whoops. Okay. We're good. We're good. New goal. This 6 seems to be hard to reach, so start with it. 2, 4, 3, 5. Oh no. Nope, that won't work. 3 can't reach either side. Might as well hit it. I still think I have to start with the 6. The only thing that can reach it is this 4. Which actually, let's start with the 3, 4, 6. I think I just had a random deja vu moment with this puzzle. I feel like I've had trouble with this one before. 2, 1. That 1 5 can reach the 1. If I save it for last. No, no. Oh. Oh god. Oh god, we're screwed. The one that stumps me. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that 4 alive. Assuming I can still reach it. I'm not even checking right now. I can't. Oh man. Oh my god, I think I accidentally... Did I accidentally this? What? I don't know what I did, but I started with the 4 next to the 6. That's all I can say. I accidentally did it.
So this is the ocean of time. Mug, does any of this look familiar?
It does, Kupo. I remember everything now. We're headed to the place where I was born, Kupo.
When Mog was still a young Moogle, he was playing hide and seek with his friends. Somehow he ended up getting swallowed by a paradox. Before he knew it, Mog was drifting farther and farther away from the land where he grew up. When he came to, he was in the void beyond, not knowing how or why he ended up there. On top of that, he had forgotten about his home, his friends, and his family. He was all alone, with no memories of his past.
Oh, we got Mog backstory. Oh.
Your friends and family are waiting on the other side, aren't they?
Mog, do you want to go home? I never thought the day would come when we would have to say goodbye to a dear friend. Someone we can't imagine our lives without. Mog, do you want to continue on this journey with us? Or do you want to go home to where your friends and family are waiting? Mog, the decision is yours.
It's literally the same exact situation just came up in the other games I'm playing.
So you're sure about this, Mog?
We don't know if you're going to get another chance. Are you sure you don't want to think about this just a little bit longer?
Why do you say that, Kupo? Mog has a new home, right by Serah's side, Kupo.
Thanks, Mog. That's so sweet. But remember, when we get to Valhalla, you have to listen to Lightning, okay? My sister's pretty strict, you know.
Kupo? Of course, Kupo. Lightning saved me. I promise to be loyal to her forever, Kupo.
So pick a side, Mog. Serah or Lightning?
Oh.
Kupo! Good to be me!
I don't know. Serah can be pretty strict too. Oh, the brights. Was that the end of that? The rest of them are just optional, I guess. That was the story one. Okay, well, we have at least one more of these. Actually, let me double check. Location, Erba, 6 of 9. Oh, we have 2 more and a graviton core to find. Okay, we might be able to do those and read the fragments. We're probably gonna have another side quest episode, just because there's quite a bit like quizzes and stuff to do. We also have to take the last wild artifact to the other Vile Peaks and finish that up, so we still have a bunch of stuff to do. But in the next episode, I'm probably going to do whatever side quests we can finish up, and then do some of Academia 500 AF. So it'll still be a story episode towards the end. More than likely. I love how the hardest... They give me the hardest puzzle for the story one, too. Like, that one, I have no idea how I got it. It was an accident. Brute force. Finally, I did a just straight brute force on one. Just started hitting at random. Okay, 4 to 3 to 1, 3. Okay, that works. 1 to 3. 1, 3, 2. Oh, this looks pretty similar. 4 to 1, 2, 1. No. This one I keep in my head starting off on the wrong spot. Trying to piece it together. 3, 2. No. Maybe if I started here? Three, 2. There we go. I swear I planned that one out. Okay. 5 is straight across. That's an important thing to note. And to get to 5, I could use a 3. Four, 1. I actually can't get to that 3. I'd have to get to the 2. But there's no way to get this 3 here. Yeah. We're screwed on that.
We can't let our journey end here.
But what if I started from the 3? Four to the 5, 5 to 2, 2 to 3 won't work. I think this one's screwed too. Yeah, because this I have to end on this 5. There's nowhere to reach.
I'm here if you need me, Kubo.
2, 3, 5. No, the 2 is gone. What am I thinking?
I won't get lost again, I promise.
Okay, I'm gonna think about it. Okay, I believe 3, 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. I'm just repeating the numbers in my head. Wait, that didn't work how I thought it did. 5 to 2 to 3, and then I'm screwed there. I swear I had it.
I won't get lost again, I promise.
Did it? Where did I start there? Oh boy, I actually had it. I swear it was a 2 5 4 1 3. No, because the 5 doesn't reach there. Oh man. Okay, I said it in my head. I think I got, so it was 3 2 3. 4. Shit, I already lost it. I lost what I was going. Oh yeah, 5 2, and then I do what I was gonna do. Okay, 5 2 5 4 3. Oh. My brain just sometimes doesn't store like where, like I'll solve it and then I'll forget the beginning of what I thought, and I'm just like, brain, what are you doing? Okay.
Kupo? I knew you had it in you, Kupo.
There's an invisible chest over there. Any more? No.
Come on, Mom.
All right, we got that. We fully mapped this place so we can turn that in. Oh man. Okay. Chest. Oh, more platinum casino tickets. Well, we're gonna be able to buy the wild artifact, that's for sure. The rest of it, unfortunately, probably not. There's so many fragments. All right, I want to search the schoolhouse, and then I think we got to find the graviton core too. And then we're done here. Oh, there it is. Don't get me in a battle. Ah, every time. Ooh, that's a new Kate Sith right there.
Come on, Mom.
The picture was of the beach, so it was pretty easy to find. All right. I don't want to get in a battle. I'm sure there will be a labyrinth up here. I know we're going to go, like, over what's normal. I really need to stop caring about that, though. Oh, Mog.
Come on, Mom.
Oh my god, we're right on it. More of these. Random? Random. Okay, let's just do it then. 2 can't reach anywhere, so I literally have to end on it. Can I end on it? If I hit that 5 and the 1, no, I can't do it that way. Yeah, we screwed ourselves there. Okay, okay. No. Two, 3, 4, 4. Oh god. That was stage 1. Are you serious? What is going on here? Okay. 5 is still 2 on this one, thank god. Let's go with oh shit, that was a 4 out of 5. Can I get to this 4? No. Nope. Oops.
I'm here if you need me, Kupo.
I'm assuming I'm cutting a lot of these attempts because this is unnecessary. This is exactly what I feared. These are getting complicated. This is only stage 2. 2. 5, 2, 5, 2. One, 2, 1, 5. 1, 3. Oh. Stage 3 on a timer. I actually really like these though. Even the timed ones, a little more than the puzzle ones, just because you can't look up a guide for this. You have to do it. You have to get it right. Complete RNG, challenging puzzles. Ooh, the 4s are spaced out so that you have to end on them. Or the 5s. The 5s also are back to back. Okay, that makes this a little awkward. Right. We're running out of time. I can't process the rest of the puzzle, sadly. If I do that 4, I can get to that 4, but that 4 leads absolutely nowhere. So this is impossible. Like, literally. Alright, so since I'm on a timer here, I actually took a screenshot and paused and tried to figure this one out because I just want to get this done with. I think I got it, but I don't even know because it's a lot to remember. 3, 4. 1, 4. 1, 2. 3. Hell. There we go. Even with a screenshot, that one was that one took a lot. That was a complicated one. But I didn't want to risk getting any more RNG because that was bad. All right, 9 out of 9. We're done.
The world is the way it was before, Kippo.
It sure is, and we are getting the hell out of here. The episode is. I'm assuming I'm cutting out a lot of the end parts where I just got wrecked, but yeah, it took me a while, and we're done. I can turn in this travel guide quick, so I'm going to do that, and then we're gonna read fragments. Okay.
Reference material?
For Maribel. I accidentally skipped your line. I'm sorry.
What we need.
2 left, and we know where they're at. Unfortunately, we can't do them right now. So that is out of the way. We have everything we need. It's probably easier to just look it up from here. Location. Clear. We're just missing New Bodom. Archival Step. Serendipity. Both Academia. All 3 Academias. Vile Peaks. Wow. Wow, we're actually doing really well. 118 out of 162. So we still have to get the paradox ending and stuff. I'm assuming we can go get some more skills now that we've finished like Great Mog's Wisdom and stuff. So we'll see on that. Let's read these. This is one of the passwords needed to access the Atlas control device 100AF, which was locked by some unknown person. Access to the control panel was lost when the researcher who held the passwords disappeared from the site. After that, the Academy changed its password management policy to avoid similar incidents in the future. I wonder if it was Alyssa. One of the passwords needed, the encryption technology appears to use the paradox to enhance lockdown security. A virtual space exists inside the control device. Enclosed within is a temporal rift. To get the password, the puzzles in the rift have to be solved. Okay, and here The Kalavinka Striker is a bioweapon that was deployed by the elite Psycom forces to defunct sanctum government of Cocoon. It was believed that these weapons were all lost in the catastrophe, but at least one apparently fell into the void beyond. This Kalavinka was reborn with new, more deadly powers. Its wings can warp time and carve scars on the surface of dimensional space. Okay. Wherever the Kalavinka alights, it leaves spacetime mangled and wrecked. Fortunately, the damage so far has been restricted to the Brescia ruins, and Cocoon itself appears to be safe. We should be thankful for small mercies. The monster Ugalu once descended upon ancient Padra. Many a Lassie and mighty warrior faced the beast, but none were able to subjugate it. Only the seeress Patra Suyul of the Farseers knew the true extent of the menace it posed. Ugalu was a monster from the seeress's future. Its very existence in her time was a contradiction, an impossibility. If it was not destroyed, the tear in spacetime would grow until it consumed the entire nation. So the seeress made the fateful decision to break her own vows and seal the beast within the void. We fought one of these, though, for one of the first hunts we did on Pulse in FF13. Weird that this same beast is suddenly like that much stronger, because it was very weak before. There was once a female warrior, Padra, bound to serve the goddess, who was tricked by the enemy and almost caused the seeress to be killed. Now, the seeress loved by the warrior like a sister, and she forgave the mistake, but the warrior did not, and as penance, she asked a fell sea to turn her into a seath. Ooh. When the warrior finished her prayer to the fell sea, an ominous voice rang through her head. I have heard your plea. You shall lose your 5 senses, be plunged into black flames, and wander the eternal darkness. Your words shall be a song of agony, your screams a curse of death, and thus shall you remain until a merciful one destroys your soul and frees you from your torment. Oh. Took us so long enough to find there. New Bodom is a seaside village located some distance from the Pillar. Most of the residents are refugees from the former Cocoon town, Bodom. The residents are trying to recreate the fireworks festival for which Old Bodom became famous. If they succeed, the town is sure to become a major tourist destination. Be sure to drop by Nora House, a peaceful cafe right by the beach that serves up a fatally delicious dish of deadly whitefish. That's a mouthful. When we asked the very attractive chef what exactly was in it, she told us it's better than that you don't know. The Brescia ruins are the remains of an ancient city that once stood on the shores of Lake Brescia, one of the eeriest sights on Cocoon. During the events of the Purge that immediately preceded the fall of Cocoon, a pulse-fell sea turned the waters into crystal. Even burning flames became crystallized, creating spectacularly evocative and unusual landscapes. However, because the waters of the lake are now frozen solid, the famous fish restaurants that once dotted the shores are sadly no more. So it's still crystal. Erba is an abandoned village located in the northern reaches of Pulse. The sand that covers the ground is powdered crystal that fell during the War of Transgression. Oh. In recent times, large numbers of Seath have been seen in the area. Presumably, they were created from living humans to serve some mysterious Fal'Cie purpose. Seath are former Lassie who failed to complete their focus. Erba is a designated special protected zone, so visitors are not allowed. However, you might get permission from the Academy for an airship flyover. Dying World. They won't know anything about this. One of the prophecies recorded on the Oracle Drive excavated the ruins shows a mysterious place called the Dying World. It appears to be inhabited by descendants of the ancient Padra Farseers, as well as refugees from Cocoon. Scientists believe that this world is our distant future. Frankly, we're not sure if anyone would actually want to visit this place, but we'll take you to the ends of the earth is our motto. So we've sent a crack intern researcher to check it out. We'll let you know the moment we hear from him again. That's not quite possible. Oh, wow, there are a lot here. Mog has been alone ever since he can remember. One day, a chocobo chick fell into the void and asked him a question. Say, are you a Mog who's a Moogle? Or are you a Moogle who's a Mog? Mog replied, I'm a Moogle, of course, and my name is Mog. What a strange question from a chocobo chick with no name. When she heard that chocobo chick fluttered her wings angrily and said, I do have a name, I do. It was an encounter that stayed with Mog for a long time. Even now, he sometimes thinks back to that day and wonders what happened to that little chocobo chick. She became a businessman. Poor Mog had never met anyone of his own kind. One day, a group of quivering flan were whisked into the void. Look at him, he's all round and white. He can join us. Then we'll be 6. Oh, welcome to the mini flan musketeers, all for one and one for all. And so, just like that, Mog was a flan. One of the flan said, we flew here from the forest of Sunlit. Come fly back with us. But you didn't fly here, you were just carried into the void, objected Mog. Befuddled, the flan looked at each other, and then suddenly, all 5 of them were sucked into another gate. Oh. You know how Mog can turn himself into a weapon? Well, one day, in the void, beyond, he met a monster much like himself. It was a flying weapon called a Centurion Blade. It told Mog that these days it wasn't fighting many battles. Are you a summoned weapon, Mog? Can you turn into a sword? Mog replied. Of course I can, Kupo. And just like that, he turned himself into a handsome sword. Now, when Mog is a weapon, he can't move on his own. If he did, he'd just get in the way of whoever was trying to use him. When he explained this, the Centurion Blade shook his pommel sadly. You are not of my kind, he said. And then he disappeared. What a rude sword, Kupo, said Mog. And he stayed cross for a long time after. Mog had no idea if he was a monster or an eidolon or just a simple animal. But one thing he knew for sure, he wasn't a stuffed toy. After all, he told himself, how many stuffed toys can fly? One day, Mog got sucked into a weird and scary corner of the void, where he met a giant monster called Adam. Are you a Fal'Cie? Asked Adam. Are Moogles my brethren? No, Moogles are Moogles, Mog replied proudly. Then Adam said, I have no use for stuffed toys, and disappeared before Mog had a chance to reply. Watch your manners, Kupo, shouted Mog after him, but Adam was gone, never to be seen again. Oh. One day, Mog heard rumors about another creature that looked just like him, so he set off through the Historia Crux to find the monster people called an imp. For sure, the imp had little flapping wings, just like Mog, and it could even hover in the air. The more Mog looked, the less moogly the creature appeared. Are you a kind of imp? Asked the monster. No, my eyes don't stick out nearly as much as yours, replied Mog. Well, this made the imp madder than anything, and he called his Ahriman friend and chased Mog all over the Crux. No matter how much Mog protested that he meant it as a compliment, the imp would not forgive him. These are interesting. It's like little story time. Mog could never remember how he ended up in Valhalla. The first monster he ever met was Odin, towering over him. There is only one law in Valhalla, intoned Odin. The weak must obey the strong. Then suddenly he attacked. Seems like a silly law to me, said Mog, but if that's the way it has to be, Kupo. And with that, he launched himself gallantly at the giant foe, only to be swatted down in an instant. Well, I guess I lost. And that makes you the boss. What do you want me to do, Kupo? But Odin just glared down at him and said, Bah, I have no use for one as weak as you. Mog learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes words can hurt more than an enormous boss monster. Valhalla is a world where only the strongest survive. Those who are born weak must hone their strength and skills in battle against more powerful foes. Mog heard that one of the strongest monsters around was the knight Valfor. Valfodor? So he decided to issue a challenge. They were not the kind of monster to show mercy, even when battling the puniest of foes. Despite his total crushing defeat, Mog was pleased with the outcome. Now he thought he was ready to serve the mighty, but instead he rejected him, saying, I have no use for one so weak. Still, he left Mog alive and without a scratch. Maybe he wasn't so bad after all. Lightning first found Mog lying on the shores of Chaos in the heart of Valhalla. Wait, have we read this? Mog was trying to live down his title as the weakest creature, the monster of the void. Oh. So he challenged Lightning to a duel, which he promptly lost. Mog assumed that Lightning would treat him like all the other victorious foes, and leave him where he lay. But instead she said, come, get up, Mog. He couldn't believe his Moogle ears. You want me to follow you? That's the rule, right? You lost, and now you have to do my bidding. After that, Mog vowed he would serve Lightning for the rest of his life, no matter what, Kupo. Ow. Looking for someone to serve. Okay. Look, I'm gonna spell it out for you nice and clear. The Brescia Runes are suffering from a serious monster problem. There's a big reward for anyone who can shut down the infestation once and for all. In the meantime, the government's handing out bounties for single monsters. Got no choice if we want to keep Cocoon safe for humans. Government has assigned us agents the task of handing out the bounty to registered mercs. We used to demand the head of every monster as evidence, but some heads are pretty hard to collect, from bombs, say. So, now it's all automated and recorded directly. 13 monsters confirmed dead, and etc. The mercs around here love their gold, yes they do. And silver, and gems, and whatever else they can turn into cash. Back in the old days, we used debit cards. Almost no one carried hard currency. But when the Paradox screwed up the entire system and no one could prove how much they owned, well, that was the nail in the coffin for the virtual money. We'd all had a black market currency under the authorities' radar. You know how people don't like paying taxes. Anyway, it was simple enough to switch to that, and now even the government uses it. So metals are king again, and everyone loves their gold. Monsters were too hot to handle today. Lots of casualties. Score 1 for the monster army, I guess. We gotta get more hunters on the job, or we're gonna be in a world of trouble. What's that? Why don't we leave the monsters alone, you say? Nah, wouldn't work. Government tried abandoning these ruins once, years ago. Oh man, that was a disaster, let me tell you. Monsters kept coming and coming. They poured out of the ruins, out of the hanging edge, and started appearing in our cities. If we'd let things go on, Cocoon would have turned into one giant monster nest. So we introduced a bounty system and started to drive them back bit by bit. Monster extermination operations in the Brescia Ruins are being assigned to mercs by government agents. The Academy has adopted a total hands-off policy. I guess this is all the government is good for now. We sit around and hire people to do the dirty work for us. Academy scientists are sucking up all the resources for that big project of theirs, and the government gets the crumbs. Still, if the gate research is completed and the monster infestation problem isn't solved, the Academy will find it harder to steal our funding. We've got some interesting news to report. It's about the mystery device that was unearthed in the Brescia Ruins in 5AF. Talking about the control device for Atlas. Turns out that the technology in this thing is a lot more advanced than the giant itself. We could actually build Atlas today with our current know-how. Problem is, the engineers haven't figured out how the device works. We'd have no way to control the giant. The controller appears to read human thoughts and transform them into physical actions by some kind of telepathy. No one knows who built it or how. It's like an object from another world, a real paradox. I see. Wow, this episode is getting long. Since I started dealing junk parts, I've been building quite a collection of broken weapon components. I've divided them into two main categories: military weapons and ancient weapons. Military weapons include things like bioweapons and mechs that were used by the old Cocoon military. A lot of the top secret stuff features streamlined designs and AMP, antimatter manipulation principle technology. The ancient weapons are mostly military hardware that extinct Grand Pulse civilizations left behind. These relics tend to be tough and heavy, like construction machinery, but some are really weird contraptions using far-out technologies. That in here? Oh, we got these two boards. The Void Beyond is a chasm between the seen and unseen worlds. It is a space made of shadows that are cast long and dark from Valhalla itself. Many form closed, incomplete worlds that are known as temporal rifts. There are other kinds of places here too, such as palaces and battle arenas molded from nothing more substantial than hopes, dreams, and passions. There's no death in the Void Beyond. Souls who long to die instead live the dreams that are spun from the fabrics of their deepest desires. Once trapped within these dreams, they have no means of escape. Next time you look into a mirror, peer closely at the edge. Do you see that ghostly shimmering? That is the world of dreams, known to some as the mirror world. It is an eternal place of wishes, fulfilled and happy memories, made real. Yet the ghosts who inhabit it know not that they are prisoners of eternity. Oh, kind of explains. So that's exactly what we were in. We were in the mirror world, and when she said she's afraid to go near the mirror in that paradox ending, it's because the real world was through the mirror. Interesting. Almost done. Hey Serah, it was good to see you, but hard to say goodbye again. Don't worry about me though. I found my own gate. Now I'm following my path. Hey, and Noel, you there? Make damn sure Serah finds her sister, you hear me? Together you can do it, I know you can. Oh, and then we have 3 of these, and that's it? The Heart of Chaos does not grant the Guardian power, it eats away at their physical self. Kreiss did not gain an immortal body, but was cursed with eternal life. Heed my words, Noel. You are the last protector and the only one who can wrest the heart's strength from Kreiss. In the instant you strike the life from his body, you shall either inherit the curse or break its eternal grip. Only your will can sway fate one way or the other. The idolith that summons Behemoth is set into the hilt of Kreiss' greatsword. Oh. Behemoth is an eidolon of Valhalla, a gift from the goddess of chaos to her Lucy. No one now living knows why Kreiss possesses the crystal idolith of a Lucy. Also Fang's Lucy, Fang's idolith. But it's like a twisted version. I don't know. It was centuries, nay, more than 1,000 years past that he became a guardian, and his companions of that age have long since departed this mortal realm. A massive battle once raged on Grand Pulse. Padra was besieged by a great army that sought the life of the Seers. In the face of this assault, Kreiss chose to perform an incarnate summoning. This ritual merged his essence with that of the eidolon Behemoth, and drew forth all of their latent power. An incarnate summoning expends the life of the summoner, and thus did Kreiss perish. But he returned from death's domain, an immortal heart beating in his breast. Oh, that dark summons is now his to wield at will, as long as the heart of chaos pumps eternity through his veins. So because of the war, he was forced to do that to save everyone, and that's why he's immortal. Interesting. Huh. Well, this has been the longest episode I've done in forever, but it's fine. It's fine. In the next one, we're also doing more side quest stuff. I will be totally okay. I think we've done every puzzle in the game, though. I don't think we'll have any more of those to hold us back. I will be doing the quizzes for sure. Travel guide is locked until we do stuff. Quizzes, Archaic Step, I'm going to try to see what I can beat there. Get some of that out of the way. I want to do Vile Peaks somehow. I forgot which one had the... What? Which one of these has a gate? Oh! Right, this has a gate. That probably leads to the other Vile Peaks. I think it's open now. It was completely, unavailable before. I'll see about that. But if it does, we can go to the other Vile Peaks, do that, do the quizzes, and... That's it. That's it. Then we can move on with towards the ending. So I'll be doing both of those in the next ones, most likely. Unless, it takes a really long time to do some of it. We'll see. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.